That sucks, dude. I'm like, not. It was supposed to be. Oh yeah, sorry. Somebody was having a Memorial Day home visit in the afternoon. Now it's the first thing in the morning on a holiday. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. I can't, it's not my control. I have a lot of people right now who are fussy with me. They stay home either because they don't work or because they are retired. And it's different. Like, someone yelled at me about why would flowers be delivered locally by UPS. And it's like, he's like, why don't they hire a delivery driver? Or they're like, 50 years ago I was a floor sweeper and this and that, and when they needed delivery, I delivered it. And I was like, well, nowadays in the city, you got delivery drivers being paid, $10, $15 an hour to drive a truck around town for 8 hours a day, and they're stuck in traffic, and we have to pay more during rush hour and all this, and they're like, oh, that's so stupid. They're, charging you twice as much to have UPS deliver it than to have their delivery guy deliver, for $6 or whatever, and I'm just like, and like, it's Mother's Day, there's probably like probably thousands of delivery drivers going around this past few days trying to drop, like, if I had a small gift shop, which I actually do have a small gift shop, I just don't have the shop, I feel like if I had a something that I'd be like, if it was just me, or maybe me and my kid, or my kid works when they're not at school or something, I'd be like, maybe they could go deliver something, but like, for the Safeway, they do delivery in all parts of town. If I were to drive across town right now, on a Sunday afternoon, it would probably still, from one side of the county to the next, would take me at least 40 minutes, without traffic. Or just to the end of the next county, and that's like still percent top here, and it's not like once in a while you have a delivery, like 3 times a week you have a delivery, or 10 times a week. It's like, you've got, like, for the Safeway, they got like, what, at least 20 or more deliveries a day or something. That's I don't know, per store, it's hard to pick the spots, but if it's like an hour time spot, they're gonna have like so many deliveries in that time spot. Like, probably 2 or 3 deliveries. Anyways, but he's yelling at me because he's like, you don't know all these companies, you don't know any delivery drivers. I was like, yes, I do. It's like, I talk to delivery people. I look at jobs all the time, and they're like, we need a driver, a clean record, has to lift and carry, for certain places that have delivery, whether it's office products. You have couriers, local couriers, you have UPS, you have the mail, and it's like, it's easy to have the UPS. Yeah, you charge them, the client, $10 to $16 for shipping. It's easy to package it. If it's a holiday like Mother's Day, have like a huge stack of boxes. The UPS person comes, picks them all up, puts them in the truck, and then they get delivered within 24 to 48 hours for Mother's Day flowers. Like, that's a convenience. It's cheaper, yeah, to pass on that price to the, because you're busy like getting the orders and taking the payments. So I'd say it would be cheaper to do that and have a day sent out UPS than it would be to have your driver deliver all those, which you could do too, but because it's like, you're not just in the city, you have a rural area, you have this. It's like, my dad is in a small town, it's like, if it's a small town, or even back it was like gas station, a flower shop, such and such store, and it's like that neighborhood, order it, your delivery person on the motorcycle or on the car or on the truck would drive 15 minutes, drop it off, and come back. Nowadays, you drive somewhere in the middle of the night, it's 15 minutes. You drive there during rush hour, it's 2 hours. And it's like, that's just one delivery. If that's your cashier, you can't say, oh, the cashier's going to be back in 15 minutes. Let the owner type in for 15 minutes. It's like, your driver's not going to be back for 4 hours for one delivery. Like, it's just a different, I don't think it's the same. Like, they were yelling at me, and he's like, oh, this is from, I'm telling you about 50 years ago. I'm like, things aren't like that anymore. and everyone is, like, surprisingly, I was thinking, oh, with the digital age and with internet and all that stuff, I'm realizing that there's even more commerce. There's more, like, Amazon. There's more people ordering stuff from eBay and shipping and selling, sell stuff on Craigslist, and you got to deal with having an individual at somebody's house or parking lot that may not be legitimate. So I was telling my dad about some contract or some stuff I was thinking about signing, and it got to be like kind of like finding out, oh well, we don't allow, like, calling this insurance I wanted to take, oh, the clinic practice that you're signed up with, they can't be a provider because such and such, and because such and such, because it's against our rules that they do this, this, and this, and then it's like other people, like, it's like, this is against our rules to do this, this, and this, or if you have a home clinic, you can't do this, this, and this, and then other people, it's like, this person, this job you want to get, the people are really shady, they're paying me under the table, they were saying that someone else was working, but I was really working, so they were putting that other person's name on the roster, or whatever it's called, and then, but I was actually doing the work, but because I wasn't fully certified with the training for 6 weeks, they just did, this under the table thing. I just, like, then that first person was, you know, credit and all that, and or tax liability. I'm just like, dude, I don't want to, like, why would I want to risk my own tax or my own, like, if someone's doing something, like, I don't get paid under the table. Like, if I was to go cut someone's grass right now and get paid, I'm going to keep a record of that income, you know what I mean? Which reminds me of something, but anyways, I'm trying to figure out when I have my own business, will be going to that business account, but I spend a bunch of personal money to make my business accounts and to buy products. I totally, like, my business doesn't have enough money to pay for my malpractice insurance. I pay for that personally. I'm like, how the heck do I do that? Like, I feel like I could hire someone, but my stuff, it's not ringing, it's like a paper binder. It's like, these people didn't know. They're like, oh, we know this for chiropractors, we know this for medical doctors. Like, we had a legal class, and like, I don't really know the rule for naturopathy. Or they would tell us something, and I'd be like, I looked this up last week on the current board schedule, and it was not. He's telling us the wrong thing. So then there's a lot of rumors, like, you can do this, but you can't do this, and you can do this, but you can't do this, and it's like, you can use Gmail, and it's okay, and this person's like, you can't use Gmail, you can't use Skype, but you can use this, but you can't, and it's like, no, for real, what do you use? For real. Like, this is just hearsay. This is just, and this could be, like, someone set up for something 2 years ago, which is different than now. Someone else was telling me they were out of state, but I was like, for my license in my state, I need 50 hours of CE a year. My first year has got a grace period, and I cannot carry those over unless I start the classes in December. And that person was like, no, that's not true. Other people are saying they're building up their CE credits. I was like, first of all, you're talking to someone who didn't, like, 2 years ago they graduated, they needed 30 hours. Like, 10 years they graduated, they need, like, 20 hours of CE. It's like, now also the first 2 years I need pain management, I think. I don't know about us. I need so many, I need ethics, technology, and then all CEs. But I think within the first 2 years I need pain management. So I'm going to do pain management, but it's like, first of all, she's talking to somebody who didn't graduate with our class. It's like, I read this every day, every week. I go and read the board, or I have 2 copies of all their printouts from when we took to jurisprudence that I saved because they had cool color copies, and it clear, like, it was a question on the jurisprudence, how many credits do you need when, if you need it for 2016, you could start saving in December. If I start taking classes in November, they're not going to count. The pain management will count. So it's like, I had it figured out because I'm like, keep my eyes open for something starting December. And it's like, I could use the money for pain management, but then I'm going to have to do that in addition to 50 hours for 2016. And it's like, well, I might as well wait to December, but however, it's like, what's my life going to be? Like, if I see something free or something, it'd be worth it. Or if I see something, and I said the most important thing, I'm doing some CEs that are free or some volunteering at certain things, I'm getting CE or writing class and stuff. And it's like the important thing is to make sure that I'm documenting this stuff clearly and to realize what it is. And I don't, like right now, there's classes and stuff where, like, student rate, $160, practitioner rate, $200, $300. And I'm like, well, I actually volunteer for immunization. Can I go volunteer and clean up and set up tables and, or set up chairs and wash off tables at the end and take out the garbage and then pay $40? But it's like, that I feel like a cheapskate. Some people are like, oh, you need to pay the full price. And it's like, well, I just transitioned from a student, I'm not a professional, I'm not asking for CE, and I haven't earned a penny in my profession because I'm still technically a student. It's like fishy. $35 for this, or it's like, plus I'm going to volunteer, which time is money, and then I'm going to end up staying after an hour and a half cleaning tables off, and so it's like, I just don't go. And it's like, maybe they want, like, if more people came, they had a bigger crowd, it's like, that whole crowd, it's like, wow, look at this event, and the next they post on Facebook, oh, 50 people came to this event, wow, that must have been a good event. Then the next time they have an event, they're going to be like, oh, I want to go, I don't want to miss that, look like, you know. But it's like, oh, 8 people went to this event, oh, well, probably was kind of lame, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what people think, social media pictures. So I'm in a position right now where I want to do everything legit. I'm not gonna get involved. Like, this is in school, undergrad, prerequisites, and even in medical school, people were cheating and people were falsifying their data for biology lab and stuff. And I was like, my team members weren't doing the work, so I ended up doing. We're supposed to be a team effort. I ended up doing it all on my own. From the experiment to the writing the paper to where you're supposed to break it up, and this person does this. They would just leave class, pretend they were doing experiment, and clean up. Like, no, we didn't do it. Like, no, someone was like, we'll just buy the answers off somebody else. And I was like, I don't know what they did or not. And I answer email. I'm just going to sit there the whole 2 or 3, whatever hours and do the work by myself and write up the paper by myself. Just because I wanted to be honest. And what makes me sick, I see that year after year after year with people, oh, don't worry about it, no, oh, no. And I'm just like, I'm not going to be in agreement with you. I'm not going to be involved with your illegal behavior. I'm not going to be, it's like someone robbing a bank, oh, they won't catch you. You just do the getaway car, which pretend we don't know you. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do, like, it's kind of like sounds simple. You know something's fishy, you know something's wrong, you want to stay far away. And that's how I am. And I've got 2 people hollering and fussing at me this week about, you're stupid because the people that you're so stupid that are getting the money and getting paid and having better business are the ones that sometimes aren't always that honest, and they may even have a product that people like, or be able to provide a service that people like. But I'm just like, I don't know. If it's illegal, I don't want to deal with it. If it's fishy, if I'm not be involved. And one of my relatives was like, you're not gonna, someone else, the state told you such and such behavior, they don't allow it for their paperwork. So yeah, I had to do additional paperwork and do the stuff as an individual, not as a part of them. I'm just leasing space, so it's like some of the things that they're involved in, I'm not positive about the rules, and I'm like, and then I'm dealing with multiple organizations, so I don't want to pinpoint. There's certain things that people are dealing with that's law, and I don't want to be a part of it. And someone's trying to tell me, oh, you're going to let you from your business or for taking patients in, and I was like, first of all, the timing doesn't work. I keep having to block out my day because my kid has to be at school during the times that I'm supposed to be practicing there. It's not like I have 24/7 access. It's not like, oh, I can't do this Monday, can I switch with somebody Monday night, or can I do it Thursday morning? It's not like that. It's like, these are your times. I can't make it those set times. Plus, I'm shadowing for midwifery. I can't make it those set times. And it sucks because it's like, that's my only opportunity to see patients is during those set times, and I'm not available during the set times. Work meetings, doctor's appointments. I have mandatory doctor's appointments, and it's like, I'm supposed to work. And I've had people say, oh, we're going to help you, and then it's like, I'm supposed to work. People just lie and say they're going to help me. Oh, don't worry, you'll sleep better at night because you know I'm going to help you. And then they didn't help me, and I'm angry at me telling me I should. And then they're like, I'm like, oh, so I could sit here and be evicted and lose my car and lose, not have food for my kids and be walking around with no clothes because all my clothes are all rags. It's like, I gotta do what God wants me to do for my life, and I'm so angry right now. I'm just like, I just hate when people, like this other person's like, oh, these people make money selling old linens. They don't report their income. And then it's like, the person's like, well, I got all this extra income and I don't report it either. Their business. Not at these people. You don't even, unless you actually bought something from them, you don't know what the rules are. You don't know. Sometimes, maybe they are reporting it. Oh, I made $60 selling linens last month. Maybe they are reporting it. You don't know what their paperwork says, And if people have enough kids with taxes and with housing programs and food stamps, you got enough kids, it doesn't matter how. You earn thousands of dollars. If you got 9 kids, you're not necessarily going to always be penalized. You're not always going to lose your benefits. I mean, it's better to tell the truth and lose your benefits or pay more in taxes than to be audited or put in jail or to have to pay fines and repay money. And it's better just to be honest. That's my opinion. I am riled up because I got people that think it's okay to be shady, and they're mad at me because I don't want to be shady, and because I'm trying to do everything legitimately, I'm taking a longer time getting my businesses set up. I'm working. I'm taking my kids to school. I'm doing doctor's appointments. I'm trying to call. I've got a car accident injury. I've got stacks of paperwork they want me to give back. I don't know how to fill out the paperwork. The doctor is not helping me fill out some of this stuff. I don't know. I'm asking my supervisor. Accident I'm in. Well, we don't know. It's like I don't get to work. I get to work at a certain time because I'm busy during the day and the HR is closed, and I don't know. I don't want to send this confidential document through email, and I might have to, and I'm just like, try to say, oh, maybe I can take my break before they close, and then it's like, I don't get a break at all, which is illegal, and then I'm like, I was going to use that break to call lawyers and go to HR to get these documents signed for car insurance. Now the car insurance takes I'm not complying because I'm not responding because, and it's like one person's not allowing me to have my breaks is making it so I can't call the lawyers, so I didn't call the other people, and then I didn't fill out this paperwork because I didn't have my break, and I need my break to go to HR because I can't go to work early to go to HR. It's just like a mess. And I've not been able to drive in early for extra trip downtown before work and then have to go back because I have I'm really angry right now. I feel like the people that I know that are shady and not dishonest, they have more material items, more food, more money in their hand than I do. And they have more leisure in their life than I do. And I'm really upset. Another thing is, I'm having really long days, and I'm trying to rest yesterday, and then I'm trying to do stuff for doula work and trying to actually get paid. I'm in free services. It's like I pay $750 times 4 spring term and final year to take care of patients. I paid my money out to take care of patients. For midwifery, I'm a student midwife in training, and they're the same amount of time as a midwife. I'm going to prenatal, postpartum, going to home visits, going to hospital, and cleaning, and all that. I'm paying a penny. In some cases, some people that you preceptor, they make you pay them. It's like, I haven't paid her. I can't get paid. I'm not licensed. I'm in training. For doula work, you can't just be like, I mean, you could just put it out of the paper and I'm a doula, but I want to do the class, and I want to do the requirements, and I want to fill out the paperwork, and pay more money, and do the book reports, and then get certified doula, and then be able to. You can take it, but I want to be able to have it as I'm certified. I want to be certified, and I had a couple. I needed my 5 births. I didn't have my 5 births. So this one person, I was like, I didn't have my 5th birth. And I was like, I'll do your birth. She's not due till June. I might find someone before June, which I did. So she hasn't had her baby yet. There's no guarantee she's going to call me. There's no guarantee that other person was going to contact me. If I had said, no, I'm not taking any more free clients, and then this 5th person didn't contact me again, I would have been like, scrambling to, like, I wouldn't have been able to get certified. So my dad's yelling at me about that. He doesn't understand. You have to do so many. And if they go into labor, they have a fast labor, they have babies born at home, or they're in the operating room and they're scared and their phone dies and they don't have my number, I'm not going to go to the birth in June or July or end of May. And then I'm going to have to scramble and find some more for my certification. So I booked to one person, and then another I met with a doctor I shadowed at the big hospital, and I'm like, I want to be there. And like high-risk birth training is invaluable. I did hundreds of extra hours of high-risk birth training. I didn't pay them, they didn't pay me. I spent dozens of hours a month or a week sometimes at the hospitals, shadowing, learning, writing notes, learning how they give bad news, seeing death, like baby loss, seeing sickness, seeing operating procedures and other inpatient procedures, and chorus villus sampling and chorionic or villus and amniotic fluid culture. Like I seen in that, it was extra. Like my paper class, oh, I know what you're talking about, and they would never let me talk in class. One teacher would never let me talk. And they had like these new students like, oh, tell me about your birth. Oh, you went to hospital. What's it? I don't know. What age gestation was she? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And I was like, I was like, thinking in my mind, oh, I could tell them about the CVS sampling, and how the UPS guy, the courier, was in the parking lot, and the genetic counselor was like, I'll make you cookies, please just wait 5 more minutes. And how the nurses and the doctors had these vials and these things and the ultrasound, and they're trying to hurry up and get the sample because the UPS guy, like, I was like, oh my god, and the witness just like, and then they take the syringe, like, and I was like, and I was thinking in my mind, like, they had this stuff on paper, and the doctor who teaches the class, like, I don't really know what it means, but I know that they do this, and then they test this, and they send it to a lab. And I was like, I know what it is. I've been there. I've seen it done firsthand. And I wanted to raise my hand and say, like, raise your hand. They don't look at me. And I'm not trying to brag and say I got this experience. I'm trying to share information so that the profession knows that, like, if we're sending a woman for that, we can prep her and have to put, like, are you allergic? Like, make sure you tell them if you're allergic. They're gonna be puncturing. There's gonna be 1 to 2% of puncture rate of loss, and I wanted to share with our profession so that when we talk to the doctors and say, well, I'm sending my patient in for such and such because of this reason, that we have a good, clear understanding of what's being sampled, what's being tested, what type of fluid, how much fluid is being taken out. Like, some people have certain, like, even the biophysical profile, some people have been dehydrated, different things that, I don't know, I just feel like I wanted to share the knowledge, and I'm not bragging, I'm not trying to be like, oh, you're jealous of me, but I just wanted to share with people in the same profession some information, and they wouldn't let me share, so I just shut my mouth, and I just thought in my mind, and wrote in my notes, not remember that, because, like, those people learn some stuff because they enter the hospital transport with their patient, but these people were already hospital prone, they were already planning on delivering in a hospital. They're already getting their care from MDs in the hospital. They weren't getting it from home birth midwives. So it was a different crowd too. But in some urgent or emergency situations, and it's very, I think, having somebody to something ASAP. I think getting more knowledge and more education in that field, in that area of education, would be like, you could save someone's life. That's basically what I'm saying. It could, like, if there's an infection, or if there's this, if there's that, that could, hours count when you have an infection. Minutes count. You don't wait 3 days. And I really wanted to share, and now I'm like that, and people want my knowledge for free. People that have the money to pay, and it's not just in a classroom setting, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And now I got, like, someone told my daughter, like, someone all week was like, we're going to go on Sunday afternoon and deliver this gift. And now this person is like, I was on the phone with someone and I got food in the toaster, my raw food chocolates on the low temperature setting, keep warm setting, and the toaster will melt chocolate. And I'm not dressed, and I'm being lazy. It's my only day off. My phone has been blowing up all week. I've been on the phone midnight, at night, 6 a.m. People are trying to call me. 7:45, someone's texting me Happy Mother's Day. And it's like, dude, I'm a single mom. I work and I don't like gifts. I don't tell them I'm not going to brunch. I'm not going to church. I want to do all those things. I didn't even get paid. They didn't even give us our paycheck. It was due on Friday through the electronic. They said, sorry, we made a mistake. We're not going to give you a paycheck till next week. And I'm like, I want to cry. I'm hungry. And so now I'm like, I got food in the oven. I'm not dressed. My kid's trying to sleep, and I'm waking him up, making all this noise. Someone's ringing on our doorbell. They tell my kid last night they're going to go to the neighbor's house in the afternoon. And then they're trying to contact me at 10-something. I'm on the phone long distance. And when I'm on the phone with someone, I don't text other people back. If it's a birth, then I hang up the phone and I go get my shoes on and I leave. But I don't get on the phone and start texting when I'm talking to a relative or somebody. And it doesn't matter who it is, a patient, a relative. I don't respond. People wait. I'm busy. I'm not just sitting here twiddling my thumbs up. I wish I was. It's like, why do you know my messages? And they're all dressed up and ready to go to this person's house. I'm like, you told me and my daughter you were going in the afternoon. It's like 11, and I got the text at like 11:28. It's like, be at my house at 11:30 sharp. And I was just like, why do you make plans with someone for a certain time and then 2 minutes before you decide you want to do something, now you're demanding this? And I'm like sometimes I'm like, oh, I could run and go wash up real quick with the washcloth and throw some clothes on and go with her. And they're like, oh, I'll wait for you. And I'm like, don't wait for me today because I might not leave the house. It's like, I'm on call for births. I might actually jump in the car in 5 minutes and leave, and I'm not coming back for hours. Like, don't wait for me. If you are already going to do something by yourself, do it by yourself. So, because I'm not going to come home and get 16 texts while I'm on a birth saying, why aren't you here? It's 2:30. Why aren't you here? So I'm just like trying to it's like trying to cut the string from somebody. It's crazy. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm the puppet. It's like I'm Pinocchio. They're trying to. So I'm just like, yo. He's like, you told us this afternoon. Now you're going in the morning, and I'm not even dressed. I haven't nobody's eaten breakfast. I was thinking of going grocery shopping. I didn't get paid for my job. I'm like, I didn't get paid that much. And I'm like, I mean, you eventually have to buy food and the electric bill and car payment and gas. Do this stuff. But or not, if you get paid very little, then that's all you buy. If you get paid a little more, then pay off debt and maybe actually buy someone a card or send someone a gift once in a while. So right now I'm just upset because I hear some of these people like, oh, I'm dishonest, oh, I don't care, the IRS has a problem with how I'm doing my taxes and they can let me know, but I'm going to do it. The best benefit for me right now is that even if it may or not be legitimate, and they're like, oh, I got the state, I don't report all, my loan money and all this. And it's scratch on my finger, I get what I want when I want, and then they're demanding to me, and I'm kind of like, red flag, red flag, red flag. It's like, you're not going to go around to me and wrap me around your little finger when I've got stuff to do. When I was a kid, I was bored, I was lonely, I had a friend who was like that. You do what I want when I tell you. I had a couple of friends like that. And my mom, when I was younger, my mom let me play with the person. I don't know if they knew what was going on. When I was older, she's like, you gotta watch out for people like that. Man, what you do, just, you might do, oh, tomorrow works for me, but it had to be earlier because I have to go to church at night, or and you can go back and forth and then be like, what works for you? Works for me. Do you want to do this? They're your friend. It's not like, hey, you want to go to the movie? Yeah, let's go. Tomorrow at 3:30. And then at 11:30, get to my house in 2 minutes. We're going now. And like, dude, what happened is, like, who cares about what you think? Who cares about what we plan? It's about me. And, like, I hate people like that. And I get to the point where it's like, I have friends like this, or no friends. And then it gets to be like, I waste now 30 minutes decompressing myself about this situation, and it's stupid. So, I feel like with all of the late night phone calls and early morning phone calls, people on the East Coast contacted me at 6 a.m., 9 a.m. their time. It's like, even if I was on the East Coast, why would you contact a working person at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning? Like, I don't necessarily, like, I often do wake up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, but if the playground is empty, I can actually, like, sleep or rest. Sometimes you just want to be like, it's like 13-hour days, so sometimes for like 6 days in a row, or 7 days in a row, 14 in a row. Sometimes I hear cars, I hear honking horns, I hear kids on the playground, but I'm just gonna sit here and read a book. Even I'm reading for school. Doing homework, oh, I'm gonna make a webpage design, like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, yesterday I was so tired, and I'm still tired, and I don't feel well, and I'm like, I just want mom, I want God to protect, like, it's almost like, it's like I've been in a big yurt, about half as big as this house. It was actually more than half as big as this house. I wanted God to have, like, a spiritual yurt that's like a bubble. You can go in and out of your bubble, but you still have French doors that lock, like a big yurt I was in. I want to have, like, this spiritual yurt, which is a protection of God, and, like, God's angels hovering over the outside with their big wings. And this would be like, hey, for the next day, I want to, because my thing is, like, I think of everyone, oh, I'm going to go walking with this 1:30 work. And I get home at 9:30, I'm not going to walk, because I got to go back to work at 9 in the morning. Like, I'm not going to, I got kids, we got dirty dishes, we got animals and kids that need food and all that stuff, and it's like, so, then I start to feel guilty. Oh, they sent me 6 texts while I was at work, and I didn't respond. Why? Because I'm at work. Hello. I work with patients and do things in labs and blood draws and a computer, and they don't pay me to sit and play on my text message. Sometimes it's very urgent or I don't get my break. I'm like, I've been procrastinating this for a month. Sometimes it's like, you do it. Sometimes because I'm set up to take emergency calls, and with the state insurance you have to be on call and take calls 24/7. I've been taking calls and then I'm like, I can't talk right now, I'm with a patient, and I don't like doing that, but some things are urgent, and then you have to sometimes make a decision, and caller ID and everything, and make a decision. But I just, sometimes just because you texted me 6 times in the past 10 minutes doesn't mean that I'm obligated to respond. So it's just different lifestyle. It's like, I've told someone 10 times literally not to text me after 9, and they still text me 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, and you know, it's like, I feel like people, they fixate, they find one person that they want to be like buddy with, and then it's like, someone hangs out with them one day, and then they think, oh, we'll just not have any boundaries, it's like, I'm not your husband, I'm not your child, where it's like, child's in the park, you text me back when I text you. I'm an adult, and I work, and I go to school, and I'm at birth, and I'm not going to sit at a birth and play text with somebody for no reason. I don't know why people don't understand that. And people, I've told my relatives, they text me continuously from the East Coast at 6 o'clock, 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning my time. So it's like 7, 8, 9 their time. So what, you're up at 7. You don't work, you have kids, maybe your kid wakes you up at 7. I have been a single parent on my kids all my life. I've been up at 7, 6, 5, going to bed at 1 a.m. I've done that for 10 years. Now that they're sleeping and not bothering me, occasionally, I'm taking advantage. It's like, it's not like I'm laying there and I have a spouse and it's like, it's your turn to change the baby's diapers, or it's your turn the baby peed at the bed, or your kid is crying because they have late. It's always me. So it's like after 10, 11 years of this, I'm just like, wow, there's a day that I can sleep because I'm not at a birth, or I'm not at work, or I'm not at school, I do everything. As yesterday at 9 a.m., I couldn't barely get there. It was like, I didn't want to fall asleep at 9 a.m. driving the car 10 minutes. And people don't understand. Like, I know a lot of people that have a lot of leisure time. And I used to be the type to try to send letters and cards and school pictures of my kids and emails and phone calls holidays, and they would never. I wouldn't know if they got my gifts, my cards. You know, I sacrificed buying other people gifts and not my own kids. And it's like everyone's like, it's better to give than receive. And it's like, your kids go. We go every holiday with no gifts and no cards, and you're like, maybe my kids should learn what it feels like to actually get a gift before they give it all. Like they don't even know what it's like to get a gift. So it's very hard. So I'm very cranky. I told my daughter I'd be back in 10 minutes. It's been 36 seconds at the table. So I'm going to push stop and ask God for like the spiritual protection and the gift thing with the neighbor saying let's go in the afternoon, let's go in the morning, and being wishy-washy. It's like, I'm not at church. I used to go to church 10 years straight. We had Mother's Day sermon. Oh, pat yourself on the back, you're doing such a good job, thank you, here's a flower. Oh, a kid made something in church, and then it's like, people go out to brunch. We never went out to brunch because we didn't have money to go to brunch. People didn't have, or they'd go, this person, you mom, and now I don't do it. This old guy's playing ball. I don't do it. And then, even if I was thinking today, I want to set out cheese and fruit and vegetables and some lemonade and stuff. I don't have any space to set anything out. And I wanted to buy some raw food products as a treat, and I didn't get paid. So I hate about digital, is like, there's no guarantee you're gonna get paid. I've had like 3 or 4, this is like the 5th time I didn't get paid at work. In the past year, I'm disappointed. If I'm late on a payment or a charge, like I was late turning my book in, I got $15 library card charge. I was like, it's not like they pay you extra money. So with that, I'm ready to make another video later. I don't do well at holidays. I don't have very many relatives. My mom and my kids' other grandma died before they were born. It's not like someone invites us to a barbecue once in a while or invites us somewhere to celebrate something. It's like we're always alone and we're always lacking funds. And if we get sponsored, we used to, when we were homeless, get sponsored for gifts sometimes. So we would take the gifts, and if they asked what we want, it was like, we need socks and underwear, dish towels, washcloths. Like, it was like soap and shampoo. Like, we needed regular household items normal people had that we didn't. We need, towels. The kids, no one has pajamas. No one owns a pair of pajamas. No one has any matching underwear or underwear that fits. It was like educational toys, but it wasn't like once we got a used bike. But my kids still have the same bike that they got when they were like 4. So it's got covered with ivy. So, and I see all these kids all over the place with their bikes, shiny bikes. At Christmas, they get these $500 pairs of shoes and skateboards, and we're all in this housing community for poor people. And I called. I spent 1 to 2 days calling for Christmas gifts and food boxes. I was like, I'm very poor. I spent $8,000 on classes out of pocket, and I only work 20 hours a week. And they were like, too bad, we're not going to sign you up. I need a school counselor. My son is in homeschool. My daughter's in a school in the next county. Like, too bad. And so it was really, it was really disappointing. Just because a lot of times, it's like, well, we just wanted food and underwear and socks. Like, if you want to give them a toy, fine. But it is so hard to has so little, and I used loan money to buy some clothes. Like this sweater, I don't even know where it came from. It just showed up in our closet. Like literally, there's a couple of things that just showed up in our closet. I think one my dad's mom made, like it was something like this. But this, I don't have no idea where it came. There's a couple of things I have no idea. I got it from Feepile. It's just like I got so many things from Feepile. People used to shop at Nordstrom. I got rid of the stuff because it was too small. Or it got too small, then I don't know, got rid of it. It's like some clothes were decent or nice. A lot of clothes from them will, and you look poor, but it's like, I was in med school, we had a dress code. It's like, I don't, like, if I would just scour the store for $3 shirts and $2 shirts at Target or something, or a hand-me-down sweater, smelled like perfume, I had to wash it 10 times. It's like, I just, garage sale clothes. Into a garage sale, oh, just take it off for $2. Like, that's where I got my clothes. It was like, I needed to wear it like this because it was a dress code. If I worked at an ice cream shop or whatever, and I needed jeans and t-shirt, then I'd be wearing all jeans and t-shirts right now. It was because it was required, and if you don't wear what's required, they can fail at you. So I hate when people, like, judge me. Like, even this shirt I got from the thrift store. This one I found in a free pile. I got a pair of really huge, jean shorts that I bought a couple years ago, and I have underwear 2 sizes too big that are like all bunched up because I didn't like my old drawers empty, and so I'm like, I don't know, like I'm trying to put myself together because I'm trying to be professional and go to school, and my parents dress nice, so they actually had money to dress nice for new clothes, but it's like, and then I'm not in clinic anymore, so my kids, so it's like, okay, now it's time to get your new shirt. Like, you can't even get it over your head. It's like, okay. And so it's focused on them. They don't get paid, well, how am I supposed to do it? So it's like, okay, I have to order some super clearance discount clothes. So that's where I am right now.